what is Munchausen syndrome by proxy?
Well, interestingly, it was only first described in the 1970s. It's probably better described as fabricating or inducing an illness, usually in a child, in fact, almost always in a child. Usually the child is between 3 and 13. It's less common for it to be under 3. The whole notion here is the mother, and it's usually the mother, is either inventing an illness or actually causing an illness or a disease. It can be really dangerous. The process can threaten the life of the child and so be physically and psychologically harmful. And interestingly, when you look through the literature on this, the mother often has a healthcare background. And so there are a plethora of ways, particularly if you've got healthcare knowledge, that you can create an illness to attract the attention of doctors.
Doc, why would a mother do this to their child? Why would they make them sick on...
Battling a series of mysterious illnesses before passing away.
They saw Olivia for over 1,000 hospital visits and hospitalizations.
Now her mother is charged with murder, accused of making up medical problems.
They performed over 25 unnecessary surgical procedures.
News 5 Investigates found staff at Children's Hospital Colorado had their suspicions that Kelly Renee Turner may have been lying about her daughter's condition. Attorneys representing the little girl's family say the hospital failed to notify law enforcement or the Department of Human Services until it was too late.
The records will show you red flag after red flag after red flag that Olivia was able to eat, that Olivia was a healthy, normal child. They disregarded those.
Munchausen by proxy, once an obscure medical term, is now taking center stage in the media. The story of Gypsy Rose Blanchard made national news. A mother accused of medically abusing her own daughter, faking diseases, confining her to a wheelchair. This real-life horror story inspired a documentary, TV series, and even got the attention of Dr. Phil.
Your mother kept you in a wheelchair. She kept you on a feeding tube.
She said I had muscular dystrophy.
You know now she was making all of that up.
She told me if I was to contact anybody and tell them, she would take a hammer to my fingers. I just didn't understand why my teeth were falling out.
You know now you didn't need to be in that wheelchair. You know now she was making all of that up.
My mother told the doctors that I couldn't eat, so they put a permanent feeding tube in. My mother told the doctors she's got the mind of like a child.
There's a good chance that this mother is making this child sick on purpose. You had a boyfriend. Did you ask him to kill your mother?
Yes. I wish I wouldn't have done any.
No one on this earth can tell me that anything that we just saw is true. Nothing. Have a look at it. Have a look at it. You cannot tell me that her mother had the Munchausen. Like, literally. Like, this girl was in on it from day dot. She was a grifter. She's always going to be a grifter. She's always going to be a master manipulator. She's always going to be that person. And have a look at this chick. She's just as bad.
Told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumours. My baby girl, she's so little. Area in my life because Ellie just had a seizure and blew in my arms.
A video that I seen of Ryan dancing with a woman. How do I put this? I want Ryan to move on. And this, like, I don't talk about Ryan in my lives because I don't want to. Like, I don't have to, I don't want to. I have lots of other things to talk about.
Easy. Not to take me back.
And people wonder why people believe Gypsy Rose with their bullshit. You've got the two doctors sitting there doing the whole worries me cry face about Gypsy Rose. She was no victim, let's be honest. Her mother didn't have Munchausen by proxy. It was malingering. I don't care what anybody says, don't care what anybody tells me, don't care. It never, ever happened in my mind. Her and Harris are feral. And Harris is on the other side of the spectrum. She's the one with the Munchausen by proxy. She's just as evil as Gypsy. They're both evil. Stop following these people. People say, why are you so obsessed with this case? Because people like her get away with things. I hope Harris doesn't get away with it. I really hope. I mean, just look at the first case compared to Gypsy's. And then listen to how Harris speaks. It's just...